49er mind is
It's not just a thought process, but a way of life.
49er mind. 49er mind.
Can't shake it. It's 49er mind that I got. It's 49er shine that I got. My psyche's on another Frisco Super Bowl. Don't sit slow, cause here we go with a super show. A red and gold session. About a red and gold obsession. With some well-controlled expressions. Let's talk about that win that we got. Who should have been in the spot? That's how they spin in the spot. All that back, all that crack, all that straight fumble sack. Or just dial it on up if you wanna talk smack. It don't matter what the storyline, as long as the story aligns with a 49er mind.
49er mind.
It's not just a thought process,
49er mind,
but a way of life. For sure.
49er mind.
Way of life.
49er mind.
Life.
Bobbing my head.
Minded.
Dancing. We're bringing the heat because it's playoff week. The San Francisco 49ers face the Green Bay Packers this Saturday at Levi Stadium. How you guys doing?
What up?
There you go. Give me the voice, Ryan. I need the voice. Go ahead.
49er minded.
Sounds like a lion or something. All right, we got was a 49ers throwback waiting in the chat.
Sounds like you're
Also-
a great man.
Just thanks for tuning in, Faithful. Make sure y'all smash that like button. We appreciate you. We got 49ers
Hey,
shit now. So
Throwback.
what's up, Faithful?
Hey,
There are some
Joel.
people. Yeah, Joel's up here. What's up, Joel? There's some people watching on the Instagram stream right now. So just do me a favor. If you're watching live on the Instagram stream, jump over to the YouTube channel, hit the like and subscribe button. We appreciate it. And VZ408's up in the house. He says, "What's going on, everybody? Appreciate
What's
you,
up,
man."
Easy?
People, Bebop Jones, what up, Bebop?
Bebop
It's not just a thought
Baroni.
process, it's a way of life. Good to have you, bro. I'm hyped up for this playoff run. Had a really busy day today, so I had to postpone the show an hour and appreciate my co-hosts, who are Mariah and Ryan from No Border Sports up in here. Ryan from 49 Faithful Elite Podcast, that is. And how you two doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Good to see you guys. Good to be here.
How are you, Ryan?
Yep. I'm doing
Yes,
good.
sir.
We're here.
We got Caesar Castro up in here. So what's up, Faithful? Good to see you, bro.
Hey,
We got
Caesar.
let's Caesar's awesome. But
That's
Robloxian Gamers. Derek.
Robloxian.
That's when you're
That's
fooling with your
Daryl.
buddies.
Hey,
I play Call
Daryl.
of Duty with Daryl. We play some Battle Royale.
Okay. I don't know how to
The
play
duties.
those games like Roblox and what's the other game that Roblox copies? Minecraft or whatever. Or,
Oh, Minecraft's awesome. And
I don't know how to play those.
if I had an Xbox with some Minecraft on it, I'd be playing some Minecraft.
I try to play those games. I'm like, what do you do? What do you do? I don't know. I feel like an idiot.
You build whatever comes to your head.
Bashar plays
Yeah.
solitaire still.
No, I never knew how to play solitaire.
You upgraded
Oh
to
my
Spider
gosh.
Solitaire.
I swear, like on my Xbox, on my PS4, because my friend, I'm connected to all my friends on my PS4. I don't even play it anymore, but back when I was playing it, like it shows you your friends can see what game you're playing, right? And my friend would like call me. He was like, all you play is Madden. All you play, I literally bought the fucking PS4 just to play one game. And I bought the NBA 2K game too, and I played every once in a while, but it was mainly just me playing people online and Madden and nothing else. It's like I might as well just buy a Madden game system at that, not a PS4 or Xbox. Are you guys still gamers in this day and age, or kind of a retired gamer? I don't know.
Same.
I play.
Well,
like
I saw you streaming something the other night. You're playing something, Ryan.
Yep.
What game was that?
It was probably the Call of Duty. I also got NFL head coach that I'm streaming with, so which I haven't done lately. I just did it once, but I have to get back on that. But yeah. I'm kind of working things out. I'm trying to figure out how to get my sound on there. I think it's because when I've got other people in the lobby and my mic's on and you can hear other people, I think it cuts out the audio so you can't hear anything that might randomly drop. You know what I mean? Like somebody saying something inappropriate and whatnot. So I'm trying to figure that out. But I did also find a way to so I can stream those games straight from my phone that I'm playing on. And it won't let you stream YouTube videos. But if you go into Call of Duty first, set up the stream that way, and then exit out of Call of Duty, go into YouTube, and then start up YouTube, you can stream the highlights of the games and all this type of stuff straight to your phone or straight to your YouTube channel from your phone with the thing on there. So it's pretty interesting. They got some. They're doing some things for content creators there. This is like a stock Google option on like all the Google Play games.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's another game, Call of Duty, that I could never. I tried playing and I totally sucked at it. Not good at it at all. Never been good at those games. Caesar Castro says he's playing Madden right now. I hope you're the Niners. That's one thing I noticed about certain people that played Madden. Like, I don't know. I take offense if people didn't use the Niners and there were these like hardcore 49er fans. It's like, dude, use the Niners. Don't use any other team. But they're like, no, the 49ers suck in this game and blah, blah, blah. Even if we were actually good on the field that year, they would use another team. And I don't know. I was just so loyal to my Niners and Madden.
I cheat on the phone.
Back when we really, really sucked, I used to use the Steelers a lot. Back when we were just terrible. Like, I'm talking the Dennis Erickson era.
I use a controller instead of having to thumb everything on the phone. So I kind of you get classed with other people with controllers, but I don't think they're on the same.
I never went that far. We got Sentinel here. Says F the F and Rams. Says woo.
Yep.
Yeah, that was great. That was great to see them lose. I mean, kind of sucked because I was watching a bit of the game and it was a close game and I had a long day and I literally fell asleep like towards the end of the fourth quarter. So I missed how it all went down. I still haven't seen this controversial no call or bad call by the refs that people were talking about. I was watching a little bit of the highlights before the show started. Was there a bad call that the refs missed on that in that Rams game? Supposedly the Rams got messed over. Or?
I think from what I hear, there was multiple no calls, but I don't think it was just for the Rams. So I think there was just some bad reffing.
And that was all throughout the games, not even just that game.
Yeah, I think we got another ineligible receiver type play, somebody that got brought in, checked in and whatnot, and they didn't call it, and then he was downfield and they're like, oh, that's a penalty.
Dude, if I'm a head coach, dude, I'm screaming at whatever offensive lineman that I have to be like, hey, make sure you shout out the fucking refs and say you're eligible. You know what I mean? Because this thing where if they walk up to the refs and they just stand there like a dumbass,
that's not something you forget to do. That's something like in high school. That's something I knew. That's something you have to check in with the refs because you are an uneligible receiver with that number. It makes sense. It's high school shit.
Oh, so yeah, I remember way back.
I don't see a player just really like brain fart, especially you're talking about a backup player who this is the only reason why he's in the scheme this week, unless someone gets hurt, is because of this play. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he has to do to even step foot on the field. Ref, hey, I'm an eligible receiver. Want you to know that. And he can't be, covered up by another tackle. He has to be on the end of the line. It's.
Yeah, who were the Cowboys playing that week that they got messed over? Was it the Lions? Was it the Cowboys and Lions when they got messed over on that call? And the ref said the guy didn't declare eligible.
Yes, I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah. Let me see what's up to people. Go ahead.
They should
exactly,
just make
David.
Anytime you've got a sixth offensive lineman, they should just automatically be an eligible receiver because you can really only have 5 linemen, right? Mm-hmm. And he's cutting into receivers anyway, so you're going to have to pull a receiver off the field. So it should be, hey, the third guy on the end of the line is always a receiver.
I don't know why they do
unless you say something otherwise. Unless
I think it's just
other
dumb
guy
shit. They're
checks in.
Like it has to be fair to let the defense know that we have this extra lineman out here who may possibly catch a ball. So we'll let him know, hey, this tackle is declared eligible on this play. Like it's like they're spoon feeding the defense. Like
put all your attention on him.
If they need help noticing that there's another swole ass dude on the line, they've got issues. They got issues, bro.
Yes, sir. They should do. Let's say what's up to some people We got
I've
here.
never seen this ugly fucker in the game before. Why is he
Who?
here? Oh shit! Look at
Well,
his number.
I was
You know
gonna
what I
shout to
mean?
people out, and then you called somebody ugly. I'm like, who you calling ugly, dude?
Oh,
So whoever I put up next, that doesn't mean you're ugly. It just means that we're saying what's up to you. So here we go. Got David Yang says, "What's up, y'all?
What's up,
y'all?
David?
Good to see you, bro." We got John V from the locker room rant. Said, "Hello, my friends, my
John
49ers
V.
faithful brethren from Ohio, from the Ohio State University." David Yang says, "Ref miss calls all the time." Yeah, they sure do.
Mhm.
You know, the conspiracy theories are always a part of what people talk about. I'm not a big fan of talking like that, but every once in a while you'd be like, damn. My whole thing is especially the playoffs, your team better play good enough to not let any such calls be a factor. That's how I look
Yep.
at it. Yeah. Niner Game Podcast. What's up, Dion? Says
What's up,
evening,
Dion?
everyone. Good to see him. He's going down the line. Sentinel says that was a Jimmy Johnson Ring of
Oh,
Honor
no.
game. Did you guys see his
oh no!
I think I need
I
to show
didn't
you
know
guys if you
that.
guys what
He deserves better than that.
did you see? I think I'm gonna play this for you
Really
guys.
though. Really.
For anybody who's missed this, I think this is hilarious. I gotta show you guys something.
Is
This
it
was
when Jimmy Johnson was it at halftime?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
I thought it
Cowboys
was
fans were like, "Too bad he wasn't in the locker room at halftime."
Yeah. I'm gonna play it for you guys. I think this is too funny. Yeah, so this is Jimmy G over on the Fox panel with his little halftime prep talk. He may have done a better job than Mike McCarthy did at halftime. Who knows? Let's watch it though.
Obviously.
Say now.
Hang on. Let me try it one more time. I don't think I did it with the audio. Let's try it one more time, ladies and gentlemen.
I could hear.
No,
it.
I heard it.
Oh, you
I
heard
heard
it? Okay. You can hear. Okay. You know why I couldn't hear? Because on my end, I muted the browser because I had the other stream running on Instagram. So here you go. Thanks for letting me know.
What message do you give to the Cowboy players? Well, first of all, I can't say what I would say now on television, but I'll just say this. Every single one of you, you know how hard we've worked.
He's such a homer on
I
this
don't
call.
need to have people pointing the fingers one thing or another. You get your rear end in there and you play the way you know how to play. We can win the game. We're going to open it up. We're going to go fast tempo. Defense, get after Jordan Love. You can't give him that much time. You do what you're supposed to do. We'll win this game.
Looks like a bad wrestling promo. Look at Michael Strahan.
Look, yeah.
Uh,
Look, Michael Strahan's like, yeah.
Howie Long.
Get
I
me
don't
in
know.
there,
Gronk
coach.
was
You
Gronk
got
was
them
in
all
on it.
jacked up. They all went 12 to midnight or 6 to midnight. Ding.
That was just too funny. Yeah, you guys are probably right. Whoever said that first, that was probably more hyped up prep talk and more pissed off prep
Mhm.
speech at halftime than Mike McCarthy gave. He got canned today, by the way. Did you guys know about that?
What?
Did he?
Yeah, Mike
didn't see
McCarthy. Somebody texted it to me. Unless their source was
Oh.
fake, I will double check that. I literally got a text that popped up on
I'm
my
doing
phone
it
with a
right
picture.
now.
All right, so let's verify
It should be
this.
trending
'cause-
right now. You should be
Yeah,
trending.
I mean, I don't doubt it, but
I don't know
didn't see
what.
it.
Yeah, I don't know what his source was. He sent me some picture from some website, and I could be wrong.
That game was so bad that during Kyle's presser today, he said that they started prepping to play the Green Bay Packers in the second quarter of that game because they already knew that Green Bay was going to win.
You know,
That's
I saw
how
the.
bad that ass beating for the Cowboys.
I saw
against
that.
the
Yeah,
Steelers was.
they were at the facility watching the games, and they were like, "Oh, hey, looks like Green Bay is gonna be our
in
opponent."
the second quarter. Like that's disgusting.
Yeah, they were.
And they were the
had
2 seed.
I know. You know what? Shout out to Ted because Ted was talking about team. I didn't have a preference necessarily on who we should play, who I want to play, because my whole thing is this: if this is our year and we're supposed to win it all, I'm not trying to jinx anything, but everybody keeps saying that we're supposed to be the team that wins it all, and if we don't, the disappointment. My thing is, if that's the case, if this team is the best team, then I don't care who we play because it shouldn't matter. We're the best team. We will beat whether we beat them by 5 points, 3 points, 7 points, 30, doesn't matter. We're gonna beat whoever we play because this is our destiny. This is our year. Yeah, I think it's wrong that Mike McCarthy thing, huh, Ryan? Not sure if you found any sources on that.
Yes. So this is what I've got from Dem Boys News.
We them boys.
7 minutes ago, he tweeted, It's been over 48 hours, and Mike McCarthy is still the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You can't make this shit up. So
Yeah, I'm sure that
I
news
feel
will be out
he's
there
definitely
everywhere.
biased to firing McCarthy, and he is upset that he's still there. So I'm gonna debunk that.
Yeah, you know
he's
what?
obviously Dem Boys News, so he's
Yeah.
gonna know.
What my friend
It's
texted
Twitter.
me,
It's an
I
internet.
didn't bother sourcing it, but what my friend texted me came from some random Facebook group or whatever, and it looked legit the way they set up the post and everything, but it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't have a legit source tied to it. So there you go. So sorry,
I made
anybody out
something that
there.
looked legit today.
Yeah.
You thought that was a VHS movie.
Oh yeah, it
Why
is.
don't you pull that one up?
Oh,
Why
I
don't you
could.
pull that one up a
The
little
picture
later?
that you're talking about.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah. You know,
steamy
some people. Yeah, I'll preface it in just a second, and that's in regards to the Eagles
Ooh.
game. If you guys want to talk about what your thoughts about the Eagles game, really quick, go ahead. While I look for this.
Holy
What's so funny, Mariah?
The Eagles game.
The Eagles.
Oh
game.
yeah. Did you guys see Nick Sirianni? Did you guys see Nick Sirianni get showered in popcorn?
Yeah.
What?
You can't really see
Yeah,
it when it
security
happens.
went chasing down the guy.
Yeah, you can't really. I can show it to you guys if
Oh,
you guys.
so they dumped it on him. It wasn't like he got showered like
No,
like with
they
like
threw it.
Gatorade. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody in the crowd did it. If you want to see it, I can show it to you. You don't
Really,
really
people are
see him though.
trash.
You don't really see him though
Dem
from the
Boys
angle.
News. Joey's comment.
What up, Joey Arredano? Long time no see. Shout out
Dem
to Joey.
Boys News. Dem Boys lose.
David McNair's up in here. He says Eagles are trash.
What's that,
David
David?
McNair always makes fun of the Eagles. Yeah, honestly, when they were 10-1 and that whole tush push thing and was going on, I was like, damn, this team looks really strong, offensively, defensively. You know, last year they were pretty damn close to the Super Bowl, and Nick Sirianni has these guys out there. Even though I hate the guy, I guess he's a pretty damn good coach because he has these guys playing hard, and I don't know, that team just fell off a fucking cliff. I mean, AJ Brown was part of it though, right? With it, I think they were saying over the past few weeks there's been rumblings in the locker room, and people don't understand, like in the NFL, like the cohesion of the NFL locker room is super important. And, you know, you can, because most of these teams have really talented, big, strong, fast players, and you know, coaching sets those teams apart. You know, again, the togetherness, the family aspect of the team, you know, the way people love and respect each other in the locker room, that plays a huge part too. And whether they buy into coach as well. The culture, there you go.
Yep.
And I gotta put up Ryan's picture. This is a little out there, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's his name? Dom DeSandro.
Dom.
The head of
Hopefully
security.
nobody gets offended.
Yeah,
It's not meant to
this is a
offend
highly
anybody.
offensive. It's a highly. How do you set this picture up, Ryan? Go ahead before I show it. I don't know what inspired you, and let everybody know.
It's some of his previous work I found.
Okay. So this is Dom DeSandro. Is that how you say his last name?
Sure.
It's funny because
Who
it's
they let
really,
back at the game, by the way.
yeah, no.
He was
So
back at
before the game
Eagles
started, they showed a picture of him walking or a video walking in the tunnel, like, oh, Dom DeSandro is back on the sidelines now. He's 10-1 being on the
It was
sidelines.
like he's a fucking wrestler, like making his
know.
intro to the fucking wrestling
I
ring.
know.
Like whose other team do they announce when the chief of security is walking through the tunnel and shit? You know, like nobody.
Yeah.
I don't even know who those people are. Not even for the 49ers.
I had no idea who he was until that Green Line incident happened, and they were talking about him like he was some NFL legend for the freaking Eagles or whatever. But so Ryan dug some stuff up before he was the head of Eagle security. This apparently was his line of work.
Career.
That was his line of work right there. So shout out to Ryan from No Border Sports. Dominatrix. Yeah, there you go. And all his beauty and glory. So there you go. If anybody's has went blind right now by now, don't worry, I'll close it out for you. You could, you can always rewind and go back and see it later if you want. But
you can't see anything. There's a flap over it.
I know. There's something going on down there.
A meat flap.
Oh man, okay.
It's not a pouch. There's no Joey's.
It's a sheet of meat.
But we literally broke that team, though. I mean, it's like when people were saying, "No, you guys didn't break them. The Eagles are gonna be back. They're gonna face you guys. They're gonna see you guys." Like, no, we break. I mean, Jason Kelsey retired. What does that tell you? If this team isn't broken, I mean, AJ Brown destroyed the locker room. There's some other stuff going on with that team too. So, I mean,
like AJ Brown was hurt, right? So they didn't. They said he wasn't able to play in this game because he was hurt. But why do you scrub your social media? Why do you take off completely disconnect your Twitter? Like all this shit. Like it seemed like he was mad at somebody in the organization. Yeah, I believe he was hurt, but I definitely think that went a little bit further. And then you even saw it during the game last night. Like even the tight ends over there yelling at Hurts. It's like you have, and all through the game, like you saw, they kept yelling at each other. They weren't on the same page. Like you're not ever going to win a football game like that. Like never. Like that's how I always know when we're playing a team and we're kicking their ass and you start seeing the team we're playing on their sidelines yelling at each other. That's when I know the game's over.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well,
and
yeah.
That's what you see from the Eagles numerous times this season.
Yeah, this season when they were showing the antics on the sidelines when we played the Eagles, and Jalen Carter was freaking crying on the sidelines. I was like, and we didn't really have a sizable lead at that point in the game. I believe it was still fairly close. But once I saw that, I was like, okay, I think the Niners got this game. I think we're pretty much, we got this team. I don't know. I wanted to play them again, kind of though. I mean, I kind of did just to humiliate them again, but. It's okay. They made Baker Mayfield look like an all-pro out there is what they did. It was just hilarious. I mean, what did Baker Mayfield do? He had 3 touchdowns, 337 yards. And he had himself a game. I mean, he's got some nice receivers, that guy does.
He does have some nice receivers that
Mike
can get
Evans,
the job done.
Yep. Sure does.
I wanted the Cowboys to win for that same reason too, so that we could be able to send them home eventually too.
Put them both out. Bink,
Again,
bink.
yep.
You know what
But
I mean?
people took care of our work, so whatever.
To see that last play against.
Much easier.
I wanted to see Dallas's last play of the game against us again. You know what I mean? What kind of crazy shit would they cook up this time to disappoint their fans? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, wait.
What's up?
Who got the safety? Who got the safety?
In which game?
Somebody got a safety because he threw the ball when he was going down. Oh, that was Hurts. Never mind. I thought it was going to be Dak Prescott. And that was Jalen Hurts. I was going to say, at least he did something, for them, for the Green Bay Packers, but he didn't.
Yeah, it was a wonderful bye week watching all the teams that I hate the most get sent home the first round of the playoffs.
Them all out, though.
I don't care as long as they're fucking home.
And as long as we put out the Packers, we got 49er Bang for life. What's up, bro? Says, what's up, 49er minded? Bang, bang, 90 game. Hopefully, according to the NFL logo, we get different results. If you don't know the colors, look it up. I know. Are you talking about that Super Bowl logo where it's mostly purple? So you're saying the dominant color dictates who wins the Super Bowl? Is that what it means?
No, the dominant color loses.
Oh, okay. That's the case. It's in our favor then, right?
49ers, Ravens.
I mean, it looks more purple than anything. So, I mean, I'm not gonna sit there, I don't know, and look at that and be like, hey, yeah, we won the Super Bowl. If that's the case, I'm not even gonna watch the next few games and just wait till February 11th. And hey, well, I know we're gonna win this game. Here we go.
No, just wait till February 12th and then just tweet Niners Super Bowl champs.
And then drive to San Francisco and show up at Market Street.
Yeah,
with some balloons or
waiting for everybody else
and confetti and and a bottle
of
I don't know.
First one here.
We did it.
Yeah, we got number 6.
Number 6.
Thank you, Prudy. Definitely we definitely have to play the games and win the games. That's why they play the games.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yep, yes, he is.
Pretty good. Sorry, that was my Jimmy Ward impression.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where you got that from.
That boy pretty good.
Oh, did anybody get? No, I know you said you got a kick out of our rivals losing, but I got a kick out of the Miami Dolphins getting their ass kicked. I don't know about you guys.
That game, oh my god, it looked like the Miami Dolphins players never even got off the bus. Like it looked like that from the second they stepped foot in Kansas City, they froze to death, and that was it. Like that was the
pretty
worst
damn cold
game
there.
the weekend. Like the
Oh, it
worst, you
was.
know, from a competitive standpoint. Like the Miami was never in that game, not even for 1 single second. Like it was a terrible fucking game. And of course, Kansas City continues to get all the refs calls.
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes, I swear he's the new Tom Brady
Yep.
in the respect that all he does is have to fall to the ground, start crying, looking around, and a
I
flag
hate
comes
that.
out.
I hate that. I
Immediately.
hate that.
It's like so ridiculous. Like you can't even blow on him, and he's there crying for a freaking flag. You know, and
I know.
then
Yeah, go
did
ahead.
you see where his helmet had broke open?
I saw
Like
that.
a
Yeah,
chunk of his
That's-
helmet came out, and they never pulled him out of the game to go like into the blue tent to check for a concussion or anything. You get hit
Mhm.
so hard that in the head, helmet to helmet, that your helmet freaking breaks. He plays the next play still with his broken helmet, and then they
Which
call him
is
out.
not
to
okay.
change-
I mean,
yeah, and then
well,
they call him
not
out
okay
to change
whatsoever.
the helmet, and you're supposed to call a timeout. They don't use a timeout. The clock just stops. It's like they let him change his helmet. He goes back into the
Yeah.
game. Like every rule that could possibly go for Kansas City, it does. Like it's so
well,
disgusting.
in the long run, that's going to hurt Mahomes and the Chiefs if it was a concussion and they just acted like it wasn't. You know, it's just going to hurt them in the long run. But
I don't
You know-
know if it
go ahead.
was because he didn't seem different.
I mean, he always
Me.
holds his head sideways, so you don't really know. Like,
Yeah.
he always like seems like he's a couple screws short, you know. So who would know?
And walks funny.
Yeah,
everybody always makes fun of his
He,
walk.
he runs like a gazelle,
sounds
but
funny.
walks funny. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't get it.
like he walks like maybe like he has like a back brace or something on. Like, I don't know. I don't
talks funny,
know.
too.
Like, yeah, like Kermit.
Well,
Yeah,
it almost
well,
looks like he's got a
McDaniel
stick up his
sucks.
butt. Or he's got,
yeah.
like, one of them
Johnny
high
Hey,
Asses
I
asses.
don't want to know about all that, buddy.
One of the high asses, you know, where you can grab your wallet from here.
My ass.
Shut
You know
up.
what? Though,
better than
Raj
no
asked
ass.
me. Raj asked me if you last week or the week before, I believe. You know, what team do you fear? You know, if we were going to be the Super Bowl, and I was saying, even though they're not having like a great season, I was saying, you know, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the playoffs are always a team that I worry about. You know, Obviously, we have people-
Nobody.
I do have PTSD from that Super Bowl, but yeah, like you said though, the referees they do favor Mahomes a bit, and hopefully, you know, if we do play the Chiefs again, hopefully that's not going to be a factor. Again, my whole thing is with all this refs BS is like you just have to prove that you can outplay the refs. Basically, you have to play better than, you know. It basically has to be a 2-score game, or at least, you know, a 2-touchdown game, league type league, rather where the refs do not play a factor. You know.
Do not play a
Let me ask you guys a question real quick. While we're talking about the Chiefs, what would you guys rather get revenge against the Chiefs or get revenge against the Ravens?
That's
Like
a coin toss.
what hurts you, you know, the most there? Is it the Chiefs because it's the newest, or is it the way we lost the Ravens game? Like for me, the Ravens loss still hurts. Like the Chiefs, like I felt the 2019 team was like special, right? But
Minus
I
Jimmy.
knew yeah, exactly. I could watch it and know that we had deficiencies. So like as much as it hurt and it like broke my heart that we lost, I had COVID at the time, so I was sick as a freaking dog watching our 49ers lose the freaking Super Bowl. And then like, but I knew Jimmy, like, okay, you know, like I felt sad, got over it. The Ravens lost though, it still stings like to this day. Like that loss pisses me off even more. Like I dropped tears when we lost that game. So to me, I would much rather, and especially since they already kicked our ass this season, I would much rather get double revenge against the Ravens. And they talk the most shit right now. They think they're the hottest team out there. Nobody can beat them. So
That's
much
exactly
rather
where we
kick
want
their
'em.
ass.
Exactly
And-
where
and
we want them.
Because it's recent. Yeah, because it's recent, and it probably is the Ravens game. Because after the Ravens game, you know, there's a small percentage of Niner fans, quote unquote Niner fans, that hate Purdy, and we're waiting for Purdy to fail at any chance they had. And so after the game, like, oh, see, Purdy sucks.
Yeah.
He threw these picks. Oh, see, he sucks. He's never good. He's going to be elite. Blah blah blah. See, he lost the Ravens, and for that alone, like I'd prefer to have us beat the Ravens. But again, we still have to win the first game. against Green Bay. And somebody on my Instagram chat, Napoleon Jamal, was saying he's a Ravens fan, so he thinks our secondary can be exploited, and he says be careful.
It's like your
blah, blah,
linebackers are, buddy.
blah. Yeah, they did beat us, but so it is what it is.
They did.
But, yeah, but he say be careful because he thinks the Packers can exploit our secondary. But no way in hell, Jordan Love played a great game. I get it, but I do not see Jordan Love throwing passes where receivers are like open for the next like 15 yards and nobody not one defender is near them. Like who was it that Musgrave? Is he a tight end or wide receiver? Musgrave on the Packers. I think it's a tight end. Dude, that last one, nobody was near him. Nobody even freaking guarded him. It was like they had some dudes blitz.
There was a lot of plays that the Green Bay receivers were able to get open, and I believe it was broken coverages. People just making bad mistakes. They could be schemed open. They could also be schemed open. I don't know what was played. I haven't gone through the all 22. Not that I would necessarily 100% know what I'm looking at as far as defensive schemes go. But they were that means the defense broke down in some sort of way. And you can't bank on that. Go, oh yeah, we're going to come into San Francisco and we're just going to break down their defense. You might break us down on a play or two here and there throughout the game, but it's not going to be a consistent basis. Every drive, you're going to get somebody running butt naked open down the field. And also, like, I was watching some of Jordan Love isn't necessarily what I saw isn't necessarily as accurate as some people are trying to come out and not necessarily say he's accurate, but they're saying he's this great quarterback when the guys he's throwing to are wide open. Some of his receivers haven't put the brakes on in traffic to come back to the ball because he's missing them. So I don't see that being able to take advantage of that type of stuff against our defense. I think our defense is going to hold them a lot closer, and our scheme is going to put them in a box like we always do. All these teams that I think are going to run past us and have all these receivers that are just going to blow past us, and they got the speed or they got the size and the speed or whatever, like a DK. We always hold them in a box and contain them. So I'm wary of these guys, but I'm also confident of our guys.
Very, very true. I mean, it's not going to be a cakewalk like it was against the Cowboys. I mean, sure. And then it's not a disrespect to LaFleur or Jordan Love and I do like the Packers wide receiver core. They got Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Luke Musgrave.
Had a hell of a season.
I like Doubs a bit coming out of the University of Nevada, Reno, and he's looking pretty good. I wanted us to get Christian Watson, and they have a couple other young wide receivers too that are pretty good. I'll give you the names in just a second.
But if
they got Jaden Reed, he's pretty good, and Dontavian Wicks. Go ahead.
If we would have gotten Christian Watson, what would we be doing with him right now? We've got
sitting him on the bench.
We've got the deck already stacked essentially.
Sitting him next
to I'd have him. I definitely have him ahead of Ronnie Bell. No knock on Ronnie Bell, but
no.
I think he's definitely better than Ronnie Bell.
We don't need a Ronnie Bell right now. We'll need a Ronnie Bell maybe next year when he's seasoned more and will actually be able to contribute more.
Yep.
So moving up to get a Christian Watson who could play right now, but not necessarily a heavy load in our system because there's guys ahead of him who block and know the system well and execute really well. I don't see that being with thinking of Trey Lance and them pairing them together. If he was the starter, yes, okay, I can see that. Yeah, but we saw how that ended. I still can't believe people are anti-Purdy. Like I was a big Trey Lance guy, and still
the hate is so thick. It's so stupid.
I never hated Purdy. You know what I'm saying? I understand. He's got a situation kind of like a Joe Montana, Steve Young situation. It's a little different, but they're two guys who are supposed to be vying for the same thing. There's a lot of, he was a man about it. He was very nice, and look at how he's taken over the team. And it's not like he strong arm took it over. He did it by being a fucking leader, which is exactly how you're supposed to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Watching Jordan Love play, I hate to say this, but he is who
I know where you're going with this.
I thought Trey Lance was.
Yeah, you have a good point there.
Like watching him play is what I was hoping we were getting from Trey Lance
What you envisioned.
when we drafted. Yeah.
I'd second that. I would say I would expect a little bit more, but I totally would get where you're going, and I'll second that in a heartbeat.
Let me say what's up to Damian Lee. What's up, bro? Long time no see. Always good to have you up here in the chat. Norm 209er Empire's here. What's up? Says Green Bay is ranked among the least as far as defending middle of the field. I expect Kyle to exploit that. Yeah, there are some ways to there are some ways to attack Green Bay. They do have some weaknesses.
That's our bread and butter.
That's what I was saying. Like their linebackers are cockapoo. So
don't they have one guy?
Maybe a guy.
I believe
they got one guy, and I thought they had one guy.
I believe they're middle of the pack in terms of no pun intended, in terms of stopping the run, and like ranked like 22 at stopping the pass or something. They're not like this impressive defensive team. And as a team, I mean, shout to Ted, because Ted, when the question was asked, like, who do you want to play or who don't you want to play and who do you fear? Ted saw Green Bay as a hot team. I don't know how he saw it. I don't know what he saw, to be honest with you.
Well, if you've watched them
the last 3, 4, 5 weeks, they've been playing great football.
But when I pulled up
their offense, could see that.
When I pulled up their schedule, they had a lot of questionable games regardless. So, the 33-10.
That's box score watching. If you actually watch the game and watch them play, you would know that they've had a great last to end the season. They've been playing great football.
But great football. We're talking, okay, they beat the Bears 17-9. They beat the Packers 33-10. I get that 33-10. But 33-30, that's a close game against the Panthers. So they're putting up points. I get what you're saying offensively. They're looking good. They lost to the Bucs at one point, 34-20 in December. And they also lost to the Giants in December 11th by 2 points. So, they did have some iffy games.
We lost to some shitty teams too at the time. So,
their offense,
look at anybody's schedule and do that.
Their offense can strike extremely quickly if you're not minding your P's and Q's.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what everybody is pointing at and referencing is them playing good football. Is even if your defense gives up hella points, right? If you can go down the field on somebody in 30 seconds or a minute off the clock, what does it matter if the time of business? You just have to have the ball last. And if you only need 30 seconds, that's something that you can manage. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always, unless you get stuck with, somebody, no timeouts, and they pass a 2-minute warning and they're just going to kneel on it, you got a chance. How many games end like that?
The fact that they had the Cowboys already so far out of the game, and of course you could box score watch, and it looks like the game's close. That was because Green Bay took out their starters at the end of the game, and the Cowboys came back and scored a bunch of points.
Yes,
that was garbage time at that point.
The fact that they were already kicking the Cowboys' ass so bad that in the second quarter the 49ers are planning for the Packers already.
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting, and that should tell you all you need to know. Like the Cowboys were second in number 2, number 3 in defense. Seed. Yeah, and the number 2 seed. And they went in there in their home and treated them like they were a freaking hoe. Like, that's embarrassing. And the Green Bay, the 49ers defense, like they can say like that, we're ready. We're not going to take this opponent lightly, but we'll show up and do it because we've heard you talk for so many years now. Show up and you better be fucking ready because they're coming.
Speaking of the 49ers defense, it will definitely help them. In my opinion, this will help a whole lot because I know we saw the run defense at one point being like the top run defense or number 2 run defense in the league. And then we dropped down to 8. Armstead being out, in my opinion, was a big factor in that regard.
Yeah.
And so him coming back is huge for us. Another thing is we don't have to play Javon Kinlaw full time like we were all this time. That wasn't fun at times. And And Sebastian Joseph Day's in the mix now. So you compare him with, we already have Hargrave, Sebastian Joseph Day backing up Armstead or however they want to mix him up in the rotation. I mean, we have no excuse. I mean, with this D line is so many names and talent, and Randy Gregory, Chase Young, Bosa. One thing I noticed in this last game, like Chase Young, I mean, I love Chase Young. There's this thing where he kind of does what Armstead does sometimes, where he gets to the backfield, he beats his man, and then boom, whiffs on the quarterback. Like, bro, you were the 3rd pick overall in the draft. Like, I want to brought you in for this trade. I know our sack numbers went up big time in those first 3 games when we first brought Chase Young in, but like, we can't be having that bullshit in the playoffs. I'm sorry. Like, you get in the backfield and that QB's right there. You either sack him or you hit him. You put your hands on him or something. Don't let him look all slippery and make you look stupid. So our pass rush definitely needs to step up big time, especially in this game. I mean, yeah. I mean, Jordan Love's got some nice footwork out there too. That's one thing I noticed about him. Some people said that the guys were wide open on certain plays. I get that part, but there was one nice little throw that he had that did require some accuracy in the end zone. Forgot who caught it, but I noticed his footwork. His footwork's pretty good, so it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
E Kim's up in here. What's up, E Kim? Good to see you.
What's up, E Kim?
What up, E Kim?
I definitely think it's going to be a challenge, but I have more confidence in this specific 49ers team than I ever have in any team as long as I've been watching sports. Now, that includes Golden State Warriors with Steph, Clay, Draymond, the whole gang. Warriors. I have more confidence in this team than I ever have. My WNBA team just won back-to-back championships. My hockey team just won a championship.
Damn.
And I still have more confidence in this 49ers team right now. It's just something like, and I may be, like I just said, the 49ers talk every year. Well, I may be stupid, but guess what? I've been listening to them talk. And it sounds great. So I really, 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 really hope that they show up and show out. Because if you let them come in there and treat you like hoes, like they did the Cowgirls, in your own home as the number 1 seed, coming off a bye, coming off extra rest, you're getting most of your guys back. There's no excuses. No fucking excuses.
That would be so embarrassing if that happens. So the 49ers had the least rest days out of any NFL team. So I'm not saying it's an excuse for losing certain games, but hey, it does help now that we do have that we're finally able to rest certain players and get certain players healthy. And a lot of players are coming back and practicing now. Ambry Thomas, I mentioned Armstead, missing somebody else in the secondary. I forgot who it was. You guys can remember who the other players were that are coming back.
The secondary?
Yeah, just in general, there's some players that came back. Well, Ambry Thomas, I mentioned him. Yeah. There was somebody else too, but
which I'm sure Ambry playing with a club, right? Like,
yeah, just in general though, it's great for this team to finally have some rest. Steve Young was worried and saying like, "Oh, it's not good for Purdy to not play this long, and you always have to play week in and week out." It's like, no, I just think that it was Tayshaun Gibson. Tayshaun Gibson was the guy get back at practice.
That's right.
That's why I missed out on. I just think this team needed to hit the reset button, especially after that Ravens loss. You get all the majority of the Super Bowl winners within the past 10 years do have a loss in December. I'm not going to count the Rams game. The Rams game was basically the week 17 preseason game, week 18 preseason game is what it was. But you have to hit the reset button before you go on your little playoff run to win a Super Bowl. Very few teams. Go ahead.
If you look at our rest day deficit this year, we started getting tired, what I think, and we started losing games, right? Mm-hmm. So then we get that break. Well, how many games do we win? And then all of a sudden we hit the Baltimore Ravens and then we're losing. Not to say that they're not a good team. I'm just saying, I think we were starting to be tired again because we also didn't beat the Commanders very convincingly.
It took us a while to get started in that game.
Yeah. I think we could have smacked them a little harder. Mm-hmm. And then, the Rams, I'm not really going to count that, but if you look at it, what is Kyle doing? I need to rest my guys. Why is that? Well, because we damn near lost 2 games. Because, not blowing out the Commanders is almost a loss, kind of. If you think about it, that you're not up to your potential. You're not playing up to your potential. So I think the rest was a big thing. And now that we get this rest, remember what happened after we got the rest? We went on a fucking tear.
Mm-hmm. Purdy came out looking fantastic. The defense, coming out of the bye, we're playing some of the
Purdy go
best
back to
football.
the farm this week? Please tell me Purdy went back.
I don't
No.
think he went back to the
You on a
farm. I didn't hear
combine?
about that.
Were you on a
Because
combine?
they like I watched the Purdy interview with my Matt Mayoko, and then I listened to the Fred Warner podcast, and both made it seem like this isn't like a normal bye week getaway. Like they were still there practicing. That's why Purdy said he wasn't worried about the rest, because he was still there. He's still throwing. He said his arm, like after, the rest that he did get, that his arm's feeling great. So, like I think it was perfect, because like we just talked about, we got Armstead back, getting Gibson back, getting Jair Brown back, you're getting Ambry back. Like these guys we need. Like our run defense sucked without Armstead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we need that against Green Bay. Like their running back just torched
Aaron Jones was messing up the Cowboys. He was gashing them. The holes were pretty damn big.
Oh, hey,
mm-hmm.
let me
getting
talk
all
about
our
Aaron
guys back.
Jones.
Perfect.
Aaron Jones has 219 rush yards career against the 49ers in 4 games.
Yeah. Yep, I know.
Though the biggest game he had, his yards were up in the 80s. That was the biggest game he had against us.
He had one game where he had like I think a 75 yard reception, and he only has 191 reception yards against us.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got 400 yards in 4 games against us, all purpose. So
100 yards a game.
As far as running though, it's only 50 yards. And if you're going to bank on him being able, what did Bosa say today when somebody asked him, or was it today or another day? It doesn't matter. Someone asked him, are you surprised to see that the Eagles and the Dallas were knocked out? And he says, if you would have asked me in the beginning of the year, I would have said yes. But if you watched them lately, these guys,
you can't stop the run.
How do you win in the playoffs? You got to stop the run, and then you got to have a good run game, right? They didn't execute on either of those. They're out. So,
and the ironic thing is, where does it matter the most, in my opinion, when it comes to football? The trenches. Eagles arguably had the best defensive line, arguably had the best offensive line. Why aren't they stopping the run? Why aren't they running the ball? It's just kind of funny how they fell apart like that.
They run the ball a lot out of the shotgun, which is okay if you're kind of doing the what do you call it, the read option, because you kind of get the defense kind of going this. But if you're just going to do a straight handoff all the time, you don't have time for the offensive line to do like the stunts and stuff to get a nice hole open. It's just kind of like, okay, this is the hole we're going to open up. And then these two guys just have to manhandle people out of the way. And then there's linebackers coming in. Nobody's getting up to the second level to stop those linebackers. And you're not doing they don't do play action, because they don't have any sort of a power / zone run game that they go with to make the linebackers stay in their play action. So it essentially the way they like to run the ball just kind of ties a hand behind their back. They've got a talented guy who runs the ball. Don't get me wrong, but if the other team sells out to run the ball and keeps your quarterback in the pocket and makes them have to throw the ball like we did to them, you see what happens.
Well, Swift hasn't been the same since Diamador Lenore freaking knocked his soul out. So
you got that right.
Finish him.
Sounds like Mortal Kombat. What up, Red Jet? Shout out to the high chat. She was our fill-in host 1 week. Great to have you in the chat. Randy Daytona is up in the house. He says, y'all bringing so much heat, I turn on my AC. Well, we don't have a pissy cussing Mariah rant today. I was kind of hoping for one of those. Maybe we'll do one. Well, if I bring up the whole Adam Peterson, how Adam Peterson got poached.
We could talk about that. I might have
I call it poach a coach. Go ahead.
The reason why the most, like, I'm cool, like, I'm over already that he left, whatever. I'm happy that he got promoted. I'm happy that, you know, his family got set up for life. His kids are set up. Their kids are set up. You know, I wish him the best. Hope they do great things out there. The thing that pisses me off the most about it is that he already went. Like, you're a part of this 2023 49ers team. You know, like, you would think that he would at least be there. You know, like, what if the 49ers do win the Super Bowl? He was a part of that. Like, he's not going to be there to be a part of it. Just, you know, like, I don't know. Like, if they would have hired a head coach or whatever, like, they wouldn't have gone already. Like, they would have finished coaching out the playoffs, coaching out the Super Bowl, you know? So, like, that's the thing I was the most surprised about, because, like, you're this Bay Area guy, you know, this is supposed to be the team that you love since you were a kid. You would think you put in all this hard work, sweat, and tears that you would be here to win a championship with us. But adios, you're gone now.
Yeah, I wish he would have waited a little. I don't know if he's even allowed to be with us in the facility now and go on this playoff journey.
So if somebody is a real geek about what they want to do, the moment they get something like that, I remember when I became the department manager of the liquor and chips and all that stuff at Walmart back in the day. I immediately wanted to go through all my numbers and check out all my stuff and see how I could make more money for the department, because that was interesting to me. You know what I mean? That was, and so if you're talking about a GM, the draft is coming up.
I get it. He needs to go find his head coach. I completely understand all that.
I just wish we would have kept him in house. Damn it.
Yeah, that's still crazy. Like, they invested so much time, so much, like, it seemed like maybe we're just stupid and we all just assumed this was what happening. But I mean, we watched it play out. Like, okay, they're promoting John Lynch. They're giving him a new title. They're now promoting Adam Peters to assistant. Yeah. And it's just like, it was all playing in line for them to promote him. And then that's why, did something happen behind the scenes that we're really not aware of? Like, there's something happened for them to just let the guy walk out the door.
Yeah, when we gave John Lynch the extension, they said he's now head of non-football operations, or president of football operations, along with being the GM. So everybody's like, "Oh, okay, cool. This means that we're gonna promote Adam Peters." And then I totally forgot. It totally slipped my mind, because unfortunately, it's something that I really, really hate. I hate the fact that once the regular season ends, that these other teams just jump all over our coaches. They jump all over our front office guys, like White on Rice, and dude, let us do our playoff run. Let us do our playoff run, and then talk to these people. You know,
bring up John V's comment.
This one right here.
Yes, John V. What do you?
Yeah,
is that what the?
Well, I mean, what I was hearing, has so much control. So
yeah, what I was hearing behind the scenes,
let him pick the first 3 rounds. That's
what I was hearing behind the scenes is that he didn't want to be in the shadow of John Lynch and Kyle, and on top of that, one of his really, really good friends, Bob Myers, former general manager of the Golden State Warriors, is now with the Commanders, and he wanted to be over there with his friend too. That was part of it. So go figure.
With the Commanders?
Yeah, Bob Myers is with the Commanders.
Doing what?
I forgot what his position is. I'll look it up right now. Let's find out.
I don't know what the hell. You go from basketball to I'm retired.
They're both Bay Area guys too.
So you become the GM and then hire your fucking buddy. Holy shit! That's how this fucking league operates.
I wonder how many coaches though he's going to try to poach from us. Normally, once we lose somebody, a GM, that they go somewhere else. If like they're trying to take, guys to be their head coach, their OC, their DC, yada yada yada. So, like, let us win the fucking Super Bowl first, please.
I know. I don't even know what Bob Myers' position is. I'm looking it up, trying to find it. I don't see any definite answer. If anyone in the chat knows, let us know. I am thankful for Bob Myers did for the Warriors.
Something else he got from a not well-known source.
No. This one's known. It's all over Google. It just doesn't say what the title is, and they just don't say what the title is. But I appreciate what Bob Myers did for the Warriors, obviously, but I don't want him freaking taking our guys just because he's over with the Commanders now. That's annoying as shit. And now the Bears are trying to take Clint Kubiak, our passing game coordinator, and other who interviewed Steve Wilkes? Was it the Falcons or
the Chargers?
Yeah,
The
Steve
Chargers
Wilkes is
and the
getting
Falcons, I
interviews.
think. Mhm.
Somebody told me, he's like, "Oh well, don't worry about Steve Wilkes. He's not going to leave. And those interviews are just to satisfy the Rooney Rule." Blah blah blah. It's
I mean,
sounded
you
kind of
never
funny,
know.
but
No, I don't think that's 100% true.
either way, I don't want Wilkes to be gone right this moment. I want
No,
to keep him
me
around for
either.
at least this year.
I want him to focus on winning these playoff games
Yeah.
and getting us to the Super Bowl, not fucking interviewing.
I know. It's like how are we supposed to be focused as a squad and you're doing interviews and running off to other places? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that.
The only thing
Same.
I like about it is that he did it in our bye week when we didn't know what opponent we necessarily
Yeah.
had.
At least we had to buy, yeah.
Right. And like the head coach wasn't even preparing for anybody too much until the game, I guess. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with it.
But if
Yeah,
he gets a second interview, whatever, that's going to be this week. If other teams want to interview him now, the freaking Commanders, that's going to be this week.
Yeah.
But at
Just want
least, you
everybody to
know, at
focus.
most these other teams, they're going through the same shit too. So
Okay, so
the
John V
Ravens, man,
clarified-
all their coaches are getting. I said that, the Chargers and the Falcons.
Okay, so you'd say okay. Wait, what about the Ravens? Go ahead.
All their coaches are freaking getting interviews too. So
I always feel like it's only us. See all this other noise that you just heard about the Ravens. I didn't even get to hear that throughout the media. All I hear is the bad stuff that happens to the Niners, and it's just like,
well, I'm a football fan. I pay attention to all NFL, everything.
mm-hmm.
Not just
you are
49ers.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Mhm.
shots fired. You trying to say I'm a football fan? What are you trying to say?
I mean, if you
No.
watched all football, then you would know.
I do. It's just I don't
Bring
have time
the
to watch every single game. I mean, I'd love to. Trust me, I would. I really, really would.
You just got knocked the
All right, so let's see what John V's saying. This my blood
Same.
pressure skyrockets when here's our coaches are traveling for interviews. Yeah, especially when it's during all this playoff run stuff. Well, this is what I don't get. It always sounds like it always feels like the Niners are the only team that's getting poached out there, and then it's like so hard for us to find a replacement at the same time. It's like, okay, if we're this team that's so sought after in terms of, oh wow, their executives are so good or their coaches are so good, you know, we got to get these guys. Why doesn't it reciprocate? It's like we have to work so hard to replenish these guys, and sometimes we have to promote from within. And back to the Adam Peters. They were rumoring that with the Adam Peters loss, that the guy that they're going to promote from within, possibly if we don't find somebody else, is our director of college scouting, who's Tariq Ahmed. He's been with the team for quite some time. I totally forgot about him until a few days ago, and I had seen some videos and pictures of him in the past. This past year, when they had a press conference for the 49ers draft picks, him and Adam Peters were sitting side by side at the press conference. So they do hold this guy in high regard. Whether he's worthy enough to be the GM is a whole different story, though. So who knows? But that's one name I did hear thrown around. I don't know who else we could possibly get. You know, there's so many other guys out there, and I just hope that other coaches and other executives want to join the 49ers in the future. You think they will with a stoic franchise like us? I mean, you know, we're en route to have a great future, and we'll see what happens in this playoff run. Mariah finds something funny. Let's hear it. What's cracking you up? What's that?
I'm laughing at John V.
Oh, what's he saying? Okay, here we go. He says,
It started before that. He said, pretty soon they're going to come for our logo.
there you go. Shout out to John V.
Fucking come for our stadium. We're tired of the folks in Santa Clara.
Oh, man.
They're tired of Jed anyway.
I never hated Jed York. I don't know. I've never been.
No, the
I don't-
Santa Clara people are tired of Jed, not me. Don't get
Okay.
it. Don't get that rumor out
He had
there.
a really, really good speech. I was sending it to some people. I think I saw it on Instagram, or he had a really, really, really
No,
good locker
Bashar.
room speech. What's up?
If you're not going to watch football and you're not going to listen to what Mariah says, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know where this stigma's coming from.
Just messing with you.
David Corona's in the building. What's up, David Corona? Says, what's up, everyone?
Hey,
49ers
David.
all day, every day. Shout out to him. What's up, dude? He always pluralizes 49ers minded. It always makes you laugh when people do that. There's a few other people that do. Raj does that sometimes. It's actually 49er minded. Because just to clear that up. It's a takeoff of Criminal Minded. It was an old rap song by KRS-One back in the days. And Red Jet Shell says she's paging Eddie D. What are you paging him for? Let us
He's
know.
gambling.
What does KRS-One stand for?
Oh, I don't know. What does it stand for?
Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone.
You know what?
Or
I heard
everybody.
that ages ago, but I totally forgot. I probably last heard that like in 1990 or something. Like it was that long ago. That's pretty good. I know you're really, really into hip hop, and I'm more into old school hip hop, and I'm pretty sure you're kind of like me in that regard.
I like funk. Like funk's my genre, but it's a very small genre. And then if you notice, like a lot of the old school gangster rap, they're using like funk and R&B stuff,
And old jazz too, even.
And yeah, so it kind of all went into that, and here I am.
There
I like
you
me
are.
some Zapp and Roger and some Clint.
Yeah. When
George Clinton in
you
the
said funk, the first thing that popped in my head was George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic, but Zapp actually is my favorite in that genre. But there's very few artists or groups that you can really, really name that are known that really, really come to mind in that genre. And it is kind of like the basis of like a lot of the early hip hop, along with some. You mentioned jazz. We were talking about jazz and all the other stuff too. Yeah, so there's so much to talk about. But sometimes you forget, and I know I had.
Carcast.
Carcast is up in here, huh? Where's he at? There he is. What up, Carcast? I believe he's over there, either in South Jersey or Philly, one of the two. But he's definitely in that region. Shout out to him. Oh, and it's probably snowing over there. So I remember one of the things I wanted to talk about, and I thought it was kind of ridiculous. It was about the Buffalo Bills game where it was canceled, the Steelers game. And supposedly people were like, "Oh, they're a bunch of pussies. Why aren't they playing in that weather?" And it's like, and then I finally saw a clip of what the weather looked like at the stadium. It was like a fucking blizzard. It was like not even. Don't worry about not seeing the field. You couldn't see shit. It was just nothing but snow flying around at like a 40-mile-an-hour wind pace, and
it wasn't about playing. It was the fact that they couldn't get there safe. The players couldn't even get the fans. The players couldn't even get there safe. So,
exactly.
Yeah, people wanted to act like, oh, they're pussies, yada yada yada. But it's like you have to be able to get there to play football, And then they had the fans pay. They paid them $20 the night before to come out and shovel all the snow off the seats and shit. Like, oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah, that stadium was just covered in snow, and all these fuckers had to sit there and shovel snow. It's like, okay, say they were able to get the fucking players there on the field and have a fucking game. That game would have been a 0-0 tie. Well, nobody would have put up any fucking points in that game. No field goals, no touchdowns, no nothing.
They're not going to have a game if it can't be broadcast. They're going to postpone it till they can broadcast again. I could see, like, look, COVID, they didn't have anybody in the stands, but they playing the broadcast and the game on television. When people got too sick, what did they do? They moved the game down the road and postponed it. It's all about the TV. So if you can't see the field and the players on the field, they are not going to broadcast.
Oh, they wouldn't bother.
Yeah, they're just gonna. Now, if it happened in the middle of the game, came in, did all that, crazy, they would have to deal with it. And they might even call a delay until the next day and do some other thing, and maybe start the game over or start from halftime. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah, we're gonna get going pretty soon. But I want to show some love to a good friend of mine. I went to high school with him, Andy Land 27. Says instead of getting the lower seed, the number 1 seed should get to pick who they play. I think it. To be honest, I think Tampa Bay is weaker than Green Bay. That's what he thinks. Okay, gotcha. Said it's fun. It was fun watching Philly media ripping their team. Oh, Philly's just there's a shit show right now, and I love it. I love every minute of it.
Yep.
I'm sure Carcast is from South Jersey. He's a big Niner fan. Sure, he's loving it. John B says $20 an hour and free tickets to the game. Plus, they were fed. Oh wow, okay. All that to shovel the snow. Hey, count me in.
I do that in a heartbeat for my Niners, right?
Oh yeah, make it snow at Levi Stadium.
Dude, I had to. Living in Washington, you have to shovel your own snow. You know what I mean? So look, the best way to shovel snow is get yourself is get yourself a good 18 pack, 24 pack or something like that. And then you line a couple beers up in the snow as like cup holders, keeps it nice and chill. And then you shovel
Ryan.
the shit out of some snow and then you just start pounding beers. And I mean, you get a lot of work done and you get hammered, but you get a lot of work done.
Pounding beers, getting hammered, and shoveling snow. What a concept. There you go.
Do my whole road one day.
Hey, what about some score predictions?
Yeah, let's do that. And after that, we
I
can
got
wrap
mine.
things-
I'll go
Really,
first.
really quick. I want to say this before we go and do the predictions. If you're not subscribed to Mariah 49 Faithfully podcast, jump in the description box of this video, find the link to her channel. Same with Ryan from No Border Sports. Hit up their channels. It's a rotational stream that we do every Tuesdays, usually at 6 o'clock. Today, things changed up a bit, but appreciate you got my co-host for helping me out today. And go ahead.
Sure.
I'll start with my score prediction.
All
I'm
right.
obviously going to pick the Niners. Dante Whitner went with 30-17. I'm going to bump it up a little bit. I'll say 30-19 Niners.
All right. I like it. I like it.
How
You
about
ready
you,
or you
Ryan?
want me to go?
I'm going to go 33-27 Niners.
33-27. I'm going 38-24. 49ers.
I like that. I like that. It's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
fun. I mean,
We got some score predictions coming in. Andy
Yeah, drop-
Land says 35-13.
there you go.
Randy 19-7.
There you go.
Red Jet 24-22. Woo, that's too
I don't
close,
see
girl.
yours. Oh, there you go. That's a little
Steve-O.
close for comfort.
I know I'll be throwing up. Steve-O 26-17.
Yep.
I hope everybody's right, but Red Jet, sorry, Jet, but
Yeah. I just don't want any of these playoff games to come down to a Moody field goal. That's just me personally, especially if it's the Super Bowl. I'm like, oh, this game rides on the kick of, rides on the foot of Jake Moody. It's like,
oh,
no. Let's just score enough touchdowns. Like for the most part, during the season, we've just been scoring plenty of touchdowns. We do great in the red zone. We call it a day. Anything you have going on in your channel, Mariah, that you want to talk about?
I don't know when I'm going on with TL yet. He hasn't let me know. So as of right now, just Thursday at 3, Two Goat Show, me and Steph Sanchez. Yeah, come check it out. Whenever I find out when me and TL are going live, it'll be there.
There you go. How about you, Ryan? What's up?
I don't know if we got the rivalry this week. Probably should, but I don't know. Joe's been kind of geeking on his truck. And then I'll be streaming on the game live Saturday night. And I think that's everything I got this week. Kind of a lean week. Haven't been gaming a lot lately.
Been gaming. Yeah,
I'm
I've
about
had
to go
some
do that.
a lot of life
Dude.
things. A lot of life things get in the way. A lot of family things may get in the way. But these are the most important. This is the most important game of the season. Hopefully, we have more important games afterwards. So we should
Win
be
or go
streaming.
home, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. So there should be plenty to stream about.
Don't leave anything
these
out there.
upcoming weeks. Again, check it. Go to the description box of this video to subscribe to 49 Faithfully podcast for Mariah, No Border Sports for Ryan. I'm streaming on Friday twice. Once with Ted at 3 p.m. What's going to be called Ball with Bash and Ted. And on Friday at 7 p.m. is going to be with Raj from RSF 49ers Live. On Saturday, Aaron and I are going to stream together at 3 p.m. So definitely going to, you know what, we might not do it on Saturday at that time. Now that come to think of it, that's right before the game, but we probably we might. So just hit up the community tab of my YouTube channel and or follow me on Twitter. I usually announce my shows on there. Obviously, if you're subscribed, hit the bell notification. That always lets you know too. Corona does have his. Yeah, there you go. Corona has his score prediction 37-24. 49ers win. Okay, I like that one too. So very close. David McNiner says, "Let's definitely go Niners. Grate some cheese. Kind of melt some cheese. Let's do this." Yes. So hey, a lot of fun. Some crazy playoff games. A lot of entertaining playoff games, and hopefully this Niners game is entertaining and plays in our favor. Thank you guys for watching 49er Minded, where we get into the minds of 49er fans. Keep repping those 49ers and stay 49er minded. And also bring the heat. Go Niners. Let's beat the fuck out of these Packers. Grate some cheese, melt some cheese, do what you got to do. Peace. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
49er mind.
49 official. Let's get it.
Because it's 49er mine.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mine. It's 49er mine.
We gotta get that brick by brick real quick.
49er mine.
Yeah, Yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49er mine.
We from the Bay.
49er mine.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49er mine.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49er mine.